All right, everybody, welcome to a Sunday evening episode where we're going to discuss the ugly win versus Michigan State. We're going to do a little recap on the women basketball team last night, and we'll just talk a little bit of men's hoop as well, although I don't really have a recap on what they've done so far, but I just want to get these guys' opinion, and if you guys are available out there, you can comment your questions and stuff as we go. But first, I need to say something. Okay. Oh, I always forget to do this. Is if you're out there right now watching, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's right there in front of you. Smash it hard. Hit the like button. It's really important to do that. And then, leave a comment or two, and then share it. We got to share it with everybody. This would be a good week. We all know some Nebraska fans, especially Jason. Jason, I expect you to share this all over Omaha and Lincoln because I know that you got some Nebraska fans and friends over there. All righty.
I just want to say there's some people that may want to smash it soft and slow. They may not want to smash it hard.
Okay. Just smash it. I don't care if you hit it hard, soft, or upside down.
Okay.
Just
you can even caress the button. You can even caress
it. There you go.
Dinner and a movie first,
My old buddy always said smash it hard, so it seemed to work for him. He's got twice the subscribers as I do. So okay. Alrighty. A couple things I just want to talk about real quick. When I watch the Iowa football games and even the women's basketball games, not so much the men because I have no expectation for the men yet. I get worked up, and these guys will know. You guys don't see it publicly anymore because I quit publicly posting a long time ago during games. But in these group chats, these guys get to see my frustration, my anger comes out, my anxiety, my worry, my blood pressure goes up. And I probably say some things that I shouldn't say. Oh, that looks good, Paul.
Thanks.
So I like that. That looks good, Paul. And you're not sideways today. So today I'm reading James chapter 2 in the Bible. No, this is not going to be a Bible history, but it talks about things that you say with your tongue that you could regret, how powerful a tool that could be, that you could use that tongue for better and stuff. And I'm just feeling embarrassed the way, these guys, they know me well enough to know that I'm just acting out in the moment of the game. And so, but, yesterday I may have said a few nasty things about the team. I may have said a few nasty things during the women's game. Especially when it looked like the women played about the ugliest fourth quarter they could have played in a season this season, and they still found a way to hang on and win. But so all I'm saying is I'm telling my cohorts here who've all seen my rants that I'm going to try to behave myself. If I can't, I'm just not going to get in our group chats anymore during the game if I can't control it because I got to learn to control it. It's just a game. It's just a game. If we win or lose it, it doesn't affect my livelihood at all, But I am 69 years old. If you can't tell how old I am, I would like to see my team get into the playoffs before I die. Maybe even win a Big Ten title and a national title before I die. That would be nice. I don't know when that's going to happen. And I asked these guys to help me find the schedules. I did find the next three schedules, 26, 27, and 28. I think 28's okay, but I think the rest of it's pretty brutal for next year and the year after. Really brutal schedule.
Yeah, we heard that last year, that this year, is going to be brutal.
Well, and it's brutal. It's brutal. I said last year before I knew we were getting Gronowski, I thought we were a 6-win team. I said Gronowski, looking at the schedule, I thought Gronowski was only good for 2 more wins. So we'll see. He has to get me a win against Nebraska to make me look like I know what I'm talking about. But anyway, Go ahead. No.
I was just going to say, but the way you're talking, like all these games came down to the wire. Iowa had a lead in every single game this year in the fourth quarter. That's where all these haters lose me.
Yeah.
We got blown out. The schedule was brutal, but we were competing.
Yep.
We had the lead every single fourth quarter with a roster that doesn't even compete with USC's $20 million roster, with Oregon's $20 million roster.
Okay.
Like, we're talking about a team who doesn't have the money to compete. Kirk gets us up there with these kids without the money. Like, none of this makes sense as Iowa fans. You're wanting all this. Well, then write a $20 million check, Dean.
I wish I had the $20 million or I would.
That's what I'm saying. Like, none of this makes any sense. And if you go back through, let's just take the last 2 decades. Iowa would have been in the playoffs if the playoffs were like they are right now. I mean, we spent 3 years in a row where we finished in the top 10 in the country. Do you remember that? What was it? 2002, 3, and 4. Iowa was a top
number 8
10
all
team.
3 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So those would have been playoff teams in today's world. But that was way before NIL, way before all that. Kirk took an Iowa team and we finished 3 years in a row in the top 10. And then we had the seasons of 2009. 2008 was great. If Sean Green came back in 2009, holy cow, what 2009 could have been. And then we had 2015 again without these huge recruits. I mean, we are the Iowa Hawkeyes. We're not the Ohio State Buckeyes. Like, I don't understand. We will have good teams every now and again. We have to get these kids coached up. We don't bring in 5 stars, right? We have X, and then we had another 5-star in the past decade. I don't remember who it was. In 2004, we had a couple, and they all ended up being duds. They came to Iowa thinking Kirk has an issue with kids who think they're hot shit. I mean, that's just Kirk does not want you coming in. That's what happened to Brown. He came in, thought he was a world beater, and and coach showed him that no, Brown, you have to work for it. He even said Kirk even had a press conference about it, about saying, some kids don't understand that you got to come in and work. You don't just show up and you're starting. I mean, so yeah, I mean, unless the truck stop money starts pouring in, unless, we get a billionaire like Indiana has. I mean, we talk about, whoa, look at Indiana. Man, the amount of Facebook posts I saw about Indiana. I'm like, they have Mark Cuban. Like, what don't people understand the difference? I mean, Mark Cuban gives Indiana everything they want. So, yeah, I mean, you just have to. We're gonna have to find a developmental coach to replace Kirk. That's
I got a question for you guys, every one of you. I thought of this question this morning, and I had to write it down to make sure I ask. And this is kind of going off of what our agenda is supposed to be, but we'll get back to it. If you're Bud Meyer, our wide receivers coach, who I believe should be fired, but he won't be. And don't get into my reasons why, because our wide receiving core is not what it should be. However, when you see the stats, the passing stats from our quarterback to wide receivers and the yardage that our wide receivers get compared to other schools, how do you convince let's just say we get an elite level 4-star, 5-star wide receiver? How does Bud Meyer go into this kid's living room and try to convince him that he should come to Iowa after this kid sees on film what Iowa wide receivers do and what the amount of stats they're getting? Because if you're a wide receiver, you want to catch the ball. Jason, you talked enough. I'm gonna get back to you, but I want to hear Paul first.
This is easy at this point. We have a top 10 rated high school quarterback coming in, and he's going to need people to throw the football to. Simple. Done.
Okay. I got one.
I'm gonna let Kelvin talk next. Jason, I'll get to you. I promise.
The thing that aggravates me is you guys talk about the same thing every week. This is
so that's your answer.
This is like 6 podcasts in a row where Mark Cuban, well, they got a donor bigger than Mark Cuban, but we keep repeating this every week, but firing Bud Myers is not the most intellectual thing anybody's ever said on here.
I mean, I can answer your question, Dean.
Go ahead and answer because obviously Kelvin's avoiding it.
Well, I'm not avoiding nothing. If you want a 5-star wide receiver, you got to have a better offense. You got to have a better offensive coordinator, and you got to have some money. How's that?
They don't need a better offensive coordinator. They don't need a better offense. All they got to do is show the film. Look at all the wide open receivers that we have. Mm-hmm. We've talked about it every week. Gronowski doesn't see it until the receiver's wide, and he throws it at the feet of the receiver a lot of times. Kelvin, you answered this a couple weeks ago when you said what Lester's doing with that new quarterback when I said it was going to be hard to get the new quarterback. But you even said yourself that Lester said he shows him on tape, look at what I want to do. Look at these receivers wide open if I had an accurate quarterback.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't think that gets you a 5-star wide receiver. I think you better have some millions,
Did we get yes, it comes down to money, but it's not the OC. But didn't we just get
a wide receiver tends to look at the numbers and say, I don't know.
Kelvin. All
right, I love it how everybody on here can talk and I start talking and everybody jumps in.
No. I'm directing this question directly at you right now. Okay, because all right, you're saying get some money, get some elite offense and everything. Okay, everything stays the same. You're Bud Meyer. You're walking into this 5-star or 4-star wide receiver's living room. Given what we have right now to work with, how do you convince him to come to Iowa?
Show him film. Show him video.
Bud Meyer sells him the Iowa program and sells him himself, just like every recruiter.
Hey, look at what we have when we have a quarterback coming in, just like what Paul said. We have a more accurate quarterback coming in. You put on tape, when you look at our receivers, they're wide open. You come here, you'll be wide open as well, but we have a quarterback to get you the ball now.
Okay.
We have a quarterback that's struggling. Film will teach you, show you what the offense could be with an accurate quarterback.
Okay.
I mean, if we would have got Tennessee's quarterback, if we would have got Joey Aguilar, that Tennessee got, holy cow, our offense would have been fired. But we got Gronowski, which was still good. Mm-hmm. He's just not as accurate until the fourth quarter. He truly is like Tim Tebow.
Paul.
One more thing. He's going to tell him, here's our plan. We're going to put 30 good pounds of weight on you and make you the best tight end ever.
There you go. Switching from a wide receiver to a tight end and look at how many tight ends we have in the NFL.
Scott Chandler. Let's go, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. Seems like every year whenever we're recruiting a quarterback, somebody has them rated as a 4 or 5-star. So
then they come to Iowa and they become a 3-star, 2-star.
We'll see how, like I've said from the beginning, the test for Lester, the test for Budmeyer, the test for every quarterback that comes in is time. Budmeyer's been here a little over a year, but that's fine.
Now I want to ask you guys another question. This is kind of the questions that I've been kind of thinking about what Iowa needs, and I feel like because our passing offense is worse than last year, our whole total offense is worse than last year. We definitely not getting the run explosion that we had last year. We have a steady run game, but we don't have the explosion. Okay, so
there's one reason.
What? No Caleb Johnson?
I mean, that's another show we could talk about. There's so many of those runs that Caleb takes to the house where Moulton, he just needs that one extra step. Actually, Kelvin's A&F boys talk about this. They'll show you plays and they'll say, Moulton, that has to be taken to the house, right? So many of the runs that went to the house a year ago aren't this year because we don't have Caleb Johnson. And like,
okay, maybe next year he works.
They actually show you. They're like, this right here, Moulton, needs to be taken to the house.
All right. Okay, let me move on here real quick. Okay. I forgot where I was going with this. Okay. Every quarterback comes in with high accolades. You know, they've done wonderful in high school, or they had a great career at the previous school. Cade McNamara at Michigan. Gronowski at South Dakota State. There's two examples of where these guys succeeded. One won the championship. One got his team to the playoffs. And so what I'm trying to say here is why are our quarterbacks regressing once they come to Iowa? Because by far this is Mark Gronowski's worst statistical year of his career. Granted, it's in a different level where he was getting all those things, and he's in the Big Ten now, and maybe that has something to do with it. But
You think?
one of you guys want to answer that question, you know? Because
we all know
Labus,
the reasons. You know,
we had Labus, we had Labus regress, we had Marco regress, we had Hogan regress. All those guys regressed, and they all came in here with high accolades.
They either regressed or they were what they were. You know.
Okay.
But anyway, as far as everybody knows, all the excuses for Gronowski is you know, he didn't get to practice and it's a new system and all this shit, and obviously a higher level of football. But you know, and he wasn't a great accurate passer. You know, so.
Gronowski said it himself. He's still learning the offense, and he has 2 games to go. Like, he just doesn't have the offense down. But that's a bigger part of it is he was Alabama in the lower tier level, right? South Dakota State, he had more talent than anybody around him. So all he legit had to do was throw it up to these receivers. He had the Yankee twins. Like, he had so much more talent around him compared to everybody he went up against. I mean, he's a very good quarterback. He's a great running quarterback, but he just doesn't see the throwing. Now, I can push back on what you said because Hogan never had it. I said it from the beginning. And you got to look at all these quarterbacks when they left us. The only quarterback you can say that we let go that amounted to something later was Jake Ruddick. But we had C.J. Beathard, right? So we actually had 2 very good quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And Jake Ruddick went to Michigan and balled out. He did his thing, right? But we balled out and we did our thing going undefeated with C.J. that very same year. But you can't name another quarterback that left Iowa who did anything. So I don't think we could say they regressed. Like the quarterbacks that you were just mentioned, they came from high school. So we don't know what they would have been.
Right.
I think Joey would have been good, not in this offense. But if Joey would have had a shot, like he proved it in the bowl game with Iowa, but he never got a shot. And he went to an offense for whatever reason who wants to run the quarterback, but they use him as a throwing quarterback. He's having a pretty good year for playing half the time and throwing the ball. He only plays mostly in throwing situations.
Okay.
But
not that it makes a difference, but I think Marco would have been good in this system too.
This system, I mean, I agree, but he got injured, so I don't know.
All
anyway,
right. Well, we should probably move on.
My point to you, though, is we have Lester now. We didn't have Lester with all those other quarterbacks. And the only quarterback Lester has really had is Gronowski, like to work with and to try to get him. And he was injured. So we have yet. So next year with Hecklinski, you would really be able to tell, okay, is this working or not? Right? Because Hecklinski will have a full year ahead of him. And then I think Hecklinski is who they want to start. I think Hecklinski is Lester's guy. He can do both. They won't run the quarterback near as much, but he's clearly faster. He's very quick, little dude. And apparently he has a really good arm for as small as he is. So, I mean, next year I think you can say what you were saying, but we can't talk about all these other quarterbacks when Lester wasn't even involved. And
Okay.
Nate Stanley had a tremendous career. He's second in literally everything in Iowa history. I mean, you want me to keep going? Should I just take over the podcast? What are we doing?
No, I mean, I'm trying. I'm sorry. I'm a little disappointed in our viewership tonight. I was trying to get it sent out, but somehow I can't get it going. It won't go anywhere. All right. I really think I want to get this show.
My answer, we have about the same discussion every week. My answer, as I said, is we don't know about Lester or Bud Meyer yet. You know, we'll know a hell of a lot more in the next 2 years, but anyway.
Okay, so all right, Calvin, can you work on that news? Let's get this show back on track.
Like I said before, I don't have much news. It's just the wrestlers won like 39-0 against number 19th ranked Pittsburgh. I think they won every match, of course, but not much else. Addie Bjorn, don't even want to mention it anymore. You know, she went elsewhere to Texas. So like I said, told you before, I don't have much news. You know, if we're going to talk about the men and women, you know, separate. So as far as basketball.
Oh yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so let's move on. You guys all watched the game live last night, or in Paul's case on replay, right?
That's right.
Okay. What went wrong in the fourth quarter? Why did a game that we were comfortably leading anywhere from 12 to 13 points the entire game all of a sudden come down to a free throw to try to save and win the game last night? I mean, it did look like they turned up the intensity in the game. The defense, I mean, for the Miami team at the end, but it just seemed like Miami just seemed like a team that we should have just blown out by 20 instead of barely hanging on at the end. But I'm gonna give you guys the floor. Talk to me about it. Jason's already shaking his head, so Jason, go ahead.
I just don't understand these sports thingies. Like, what tells you that we should have blown them out by 20? Because they were up by 13 at one time. Like, Miami was undefeated. Baylor was undefeated. Top 10 in the country. I mean, do we just play two teams that were undefeated? Their only losses are to Iowa. Now, I will explain what happened in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
We missed chit-chat. We missed our leader in chit-chat. We had, Strimlow is really good. She's growing, but she just doesn't have everybody stopped shooting. Watch the fourth quarter. Even Jan yelled at, I don't remember which one it was. She had the ball at the three-point line, like looking wide open, and she wouldn't shoot it, and a defender came over and got her. I would just stop shooting in the fourth quarter, like open shots. It was weird. Even Jan didn't understand. You could tell her actions going, like, what are we doing? They weren't running the offense.
It did look like they were scared to shoot in the fourth.
I'm grateful they took Emily Rodriguez out. She only got 4 minutes, thank God.
Do you know why she was out? I mean, was she just doing too much damage?
Because we couldn't afford a turnover. And I think that was a huge part of what was going on with the shooting, is they didn't want to just shoot to shoot, even though they were wide open. Because Iowa's defense is really, really good. I think we've noticed that now, right? I mean, they shut down Baylor and they shut down Miami. their offense was really sluggish actually against both teams, but Baylor just had freaking huge people down low. I suppose that was a part. I suppose that was a part of it, but and Iowa adjusted to their credit, but the offense didn't look the same in the fourth quarter. It was like they were trying to run out the clock. It's like Kirk Ferentz got in their head and said, "Okay, we're gonna let the shot clock go all the way down, and then we'll just do whatever happens." It was not the normal Iowa offense. I just think they're young. They said the Iowa women are like one of the youngest teams in the Big Ten.
They are.
That's what the announcers said. I mean, and they showed it, but they still won the game with defense. But
yeah, I was trying to look for turnovers, but the stats I have don't show the turnovers last night, but I bet it was pretty high. So
I don't think. I mean, I
don't think the turnovers were very high yesterday.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think Rodriguez. That's why they took her out and didn't play. She had like 2 turnovers in 4 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
Her first thing she did was turn the ball over. She just likes to take over a game, and she will just go down and shoot. She'll just take on 3 people and shoot and get blocked. She's going to be a great player when she learns not to do that.
Yeah,
because Iowa loves this.
Emily Rodriguez didn't play for the same reason that Caleb Johnson didn't play for 2 years, and McNeil ain't playing much this year. It's because they make too damn many mistakes, and a disciplinary coach has to set a person and say, "Hey, Caleb Johnson, when you learn how to block a blitzing linebacker, you'll play." Emily Rodriguez, when you quit doing stupid things, and I'm not calling her stupid because I love her. I think she has the biggest pro upside of anybody on the team.
Chit chat too small to have a pro upside.
Well, she has a pro upside, but I'm just saying Emily Rodriguez is this girl with great big hands like Caitlin Clark. You talk about handling the ball behind her back and rebounding and tenacious and all this stuff. I'm not calling her stupid.
I know that. We know that.
It's like that's why Caden Weegan didn't play wide receiver till this year. He's finally learning how to play. And that's what coaching's all about. It's just disciplinary. You'll play more. Trey Thompson for the Iowa men's basketball, you'll play when you start playing defense.
It'll be next year because he's taking a redshirt year. According to his father. All right.
But we sure rebounded the hell out of the ball yesterday. The women, I think they out-rebounded them like 49-29 or something. It was ridiculous. And that was a big girl inside for that other team.
Yeah, 41 rebounds to 24. And we got a lot of offensive rebounds, 11.
Well, we got 6 in one possession. You guys remember that?
Yep. Oh, my God, I thought. And they still came away empty-handed. But I want to point out something. Iowa shot 14% from the three-point line. Miami, not much better, 21% from the three-point line. Could it be the baskets? Because both teams the night before weren't shooting the three-point, shot. When we played Baylor, neither one was shooting three-point. Could it be the basket or the environment, the way the basket court's set up?
The lighting. Chit Chat, I think, before game 1, one of them, I think it was Chit Chat, did say that the lighting was kind of messing with their deep shot. Their depth perception, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a professional basketball player. But I think it was Chit Chat that said something about the lighting messing with her deep shot. She had to get used to it. And I'm not sure I think she did hit one in her early minutes of the first game, but
she did.
Yeah. Without McCabe, we shot 0% from 3 yesterday.
Because those are McCabe's shots, 3.
And I gotta give McCabe credit 2 straight games, I think, with 5 or 6 rebounds, which is something she never did. Of course, most of the rebounds she gets, they bounce way out to her. Sometimes she gets them on the bounce, but
And
she
her
actually, for the
defense-
second time this year, hit a 2-point shot.
she's the most. She is so improved.
Yes,
You just
I
gotta give her.
agree.
Yeah.
I think she's the most improved player on the team. Her defense is spot on too.
Yeah. McCabe's stat line yesterday read 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 11 points. So I think she earned her keep yesterday.
Man,
Yeah.
I can't even do number 1 with my fingers.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hayden only had
she
6
only had
rebounds and
1
20 points.
I
She
think
only had
Hayden.
one
Hit her,
turnover, too.
I think Hayden hit her first 8 shots or something. But
Yeah.
Stolke had a good game about the whole game. I think she had like 12 rebounds and 17 points.
Yep.
You know,
17 points, 12 rebounds, and 2 assists. So she was pretty active. Not bad for a girl who hurt her ankle in the previous game.
And then Stremlo is in the running for most improved too, because Stremlo was a turnover machine last year, and this year she is one heck of a ball player.
Well, you want to know what? She's played point guard, right? Yesterday, she had 8 rebounds. How many often do you see a point guard getting 8 rebounds? 5 assists, which is what I would expect out of a point guard. 7 points. Okay. Usually the point guards aren't usually your biggest scorers on the team. Now, Layla Hayes. Now, what happened with her? Because she'd been showing a lot, averaging 12 points this year. She only had 2 points, 1 rebound, and only played 9 minutes.
Well, she rolled her ankle.
I know, but she was out there playing after she rolled it.
Yeah, but it could have been hindering her, like the injuries kind of hindered her offensive line yesterday, probably.
Okay. All right, Addie Deal. 4 points, no assists, no rebounds. Did you guys think she's trying too hard, that she forgets she's not playing against high school kids? Because some of the moves that she's attempting to make are elite level moves, but she's going up against girls that are her equal or better, and she's just not.
She's finding her way. I'll say that. She played great defense last night, which is why she played 15 minutes. They left her on the floor through almost all of the second quarter. Like, her defense was spot on. She was really good. She's just letting the game come to her. Like, when she has a wide open 3, she takes it, whether it goes in or not. It does. She's struggling there, but she's just trying to find her way as a freshman.
I thought yesterday. Paul seen more of the game than I did, but I thought it was a big positive for Addie Deal. And I follow women's recruiting. There's a bunch of other top 15 recruits in the nation that ain't playing any more or any better than she is. Mm-hmm. Go check out Emily Skinner and some of them other girls that were All-American with her.
I believe there was a person on On3 that put that comparison out there. I did read that article.
I think we have to think about, like, Caitlin Clark was a generational player, but we have to remember what Iowa's offense. You literally have to come in and fit in the system. It's not just coming in, oh, you're a 5-star? Well, you're going to get this spot right away. That's not how Iowa works. Caitlin changed the game. I mean, they completely changed their style just running up and down the court because she's Caitlin Clark. Addie Deal is not Caitlin Clark, not like so we're not going to change what we do because of her. She has to adapt herself to the scheme, and I think that's what she's doing.
Okay, and then Tegan Mulaney only played 2 minutes and 1 assist, 1 rebound. Do you think she's not figuring right now into the plans for this year very much?
Well, she put up 3 shots in like a minute and a half. I think that's why Jan jerked her and told her to sit down for a while. I think Journey Houston, I thought, could have played a little bit more, but
I think the coaches are trying to figure out all their talent that they have. Like, they have so much talent on this team, so they're trying to figure it out just like the players are. Are you at work, Paul?
What's that?
Are you at work?
No.
Oh. You look like you're at work.
Yeah.
It's
Paul looks
probably
good
hard
tonight.
work.
Normal.
It's probably hard work listening to Dean, Calvin, and Jason talk all the time.
Hey, Paul, I do want to say this. You
Yeah.
can see the weight loss on you when I look at some of our earlier podcasts, you know, and you look at you now, and it's just like, because I'll look at him, I go, damn, Paul was fat.
Paul is trying not to die.
Yeah. Yes.
That's a good man. You're not ready for Jesus yet.
That's
No,
right.
not yet. You're only 40 something. You got a few years. We want to get you. Give you at least 30 to 40 more years, buddy.
Hell yeah.
You know, I fully at 69. I fully in to take at least another 20. So okay, all righty. So now we talked a little bit about the women. I kind of want to get this going to the football game, and so I think I'm just going to go right over the men tonight and take that out of our headline.
Well, they
we'll
sure
talk about
been
the men
playing.
another day.
They sure been playing good, Dean. Holy cow! You talk about.
I just would
I
like
know
to
you
say
want to
about
skip. I know you want to skip it over it, but
I mean, if you guys want to spend a couple minutes talking about it, let's
that's
talk
all I
about
want to say is, boy, I love watching them play. But
yeah.
No, I actually enjoying them right now. I'm just enjoying it because, as I told my wife, I says I don't have any expectations because these guys are all new. But the thing that's funny is I don't feel like I'm watching Iowa men's play basketball because, you know, it's like even with Cooper Koch sitting on the bench last year, so it's like everybody on the floor is new to me this year. It's like I haven't built a bond, not a bond, but a fandom with these guys. I feel like I'm watching Drake.
Yes.
And so, but I will. I mean, by the end of the year, because I don't plan on missing any games, but it's going to be nice to watch them because my expectations, I don't have any right now because I don't know what they're going to do in the Big Ten and stuff. But, you know, it's fun to watch them. But I like the Banks kid. He's really good. I like Fulgaris. He's really good. And already, you know, we don't have to say anything about Sturts because he just is what he is. I like him better than Jordan and Jordan Bohannon.
We're a few days away from a trip to the Breslin Center, and we're going to have a real good idea of
Tuesday night, baby. Tuesday night.
It's Tuesday night, the night we go to Michigan State.
No, Ole Miss.
December 2nd, I think is.
Oh yeah, we're in Palm Springs this week.
Michigan.
I should get some tickets and get down to Palm Springs.
Whenever December 2nd is. So.
Yeah. Ole Miss on Tuesday, and then a week after that is Michigan State.
Okay, so we got Ole Miss, and then we got the winner of Utah something the following night or 2 nights later, maybe.
I know you skipped one player that I know you love watching because you keep telling me in Messenger you love Tate Sage, the freshman. He's
really good. I like the two freshmen that are playing because they're really contributing a lot, and I like the fact that our coach is playing them. But you know, it's just nice to watch because I always said you could have offense and defense on the same team. They don't have to be mutually exclusive, and I love the defense that these guys are playing. Yet I don't think they've scored under 80 points except for one game this year, have they?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, they had one game where they scored in the 70s.
I believe I was the most efficient offense in the nation and the highest shooting percentage in the nation. It seems to me like we hit about 90 points every game.
Yeah. Dean, do you notice a difference in the offense? It's so fun watching. They go all the way out. Sometimes all 5 of them go out to the 3-point line, and then they pick and then cut. How many dunks a game are we seeing now?
Oh, no, I love it. I love it when they feed somebody. I love it when they play the inside outside a little bit and somebody's running to the hoop and we nail him right at the right spot so they can lay it in or dunk it. And even seeing Sturts dunk the ball is crazy. Go ahead, Paul.
It's a very pro-style offense where we heard that before, but with the pick and rolls and everything. So
it's fun. All the picks, and I mean, sometimes there's 2 or 3 picks for one guy as they're, cutting through the lane. I mean, there's just so many easy buckets in this offense. It's so fun.
Mm-hmm.
But
I agree.
we haven't played anybody. We got to back up. We haven't played. I mean, even Coach said that, yeah, it will be nice to play some competition against Ole Miss.
Anybody
Like,
know
he
how
said-
good Ole Miss actually is?
I think they're undefeated, but I don't know anything about them.
But they'd be kind of like Iowa. They'd be playing a bunch of nobody teams.
Yeah, right.
Everybody this time of year is undefeated, except for the nobody teams.
Except for like Michigan States of the world who play freaking everybody.
Yeah.
I think Michigan State's schedule is fun.
This is how Tom Izzo builds a strong team. He doesn't care if you lose in the early season. I mean, he cares, but he knows that losing in the early season, let's say to a Kentucky, which they actually blew out, but let's say they lost to Kentucky, he knows that will build for the later in the season when they're in the Big Ten. He's building for the Big Ten competition.
Plus, Izzo did not recruit Tavian Banks and Sturts and Tate Sage. That's how he builds. That's how he builds winners. You know, let's get some McDonald's All-Americans there, Tom.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's how he does it. So, okay, you guys ready to move on to some football?
Yep.
Yeah, let's talk a little football.
Let's talk some football. Okay, ugliest game ever, guys. That is like, oh man, I was losing it because I could. It just seemed like from the first drive, it was ugly from the first drive. Go ahead, Paul.
If we're gonna transition, maybe run your ad.
Sure, why not?
There you go.
Somebody has to go pee, I guess.
Let's do that.
Alrighty. Well, that didn't take very long. Sorry, Paul. I hit the wrong commercial, but hey, I'm okay. So we are part of the Media Sports Network, or I think that's how it read. Again, thank you, Andrew, if you're watching tonight. Thank you,
Villain Media.
Yeah, Villain Media. Okay, it was sports, but he changed it because he doesn't do just sports anymore. Thank you, Andrew, for taking a chance on me. Thank you, Brandon and Brad, for hooking me up. And thank you, Vandy Chris, for making occasional appearance and occasional comments. I think he's not adding to our show tonight because I believe he does his own Sunday night show. That's probably what he's doing right now. Okay. So, all right. Okay, let's get back to the ugliness of this football game because anyway, it just felt like from the first drive things weren't going right and I was getting frustrated. And so to the point, I will just say this, to the point that I turned the game off on the TV and went out with my wife, but I did have it on in the radio in the car. And I got the radio station from Iowa. I had to get on through YouTube. So I had Dolphin and Anger on the show, listening to it. But I did have it, so you guys would have to know that I didn't completely walk away from it. Kudos to my wife for putting up with my antics yesterday. Okay, so I just realized the studio door's wide open. She's probably mad at me. So, the way I saw this game, judging by our picks, we all expected a blowout. So nobody saw this coming. We almost lose this game, and when we got the ball back, I don't remember how many seconds were on the board when we got the ball back for the game-winning field goal.
40.
But when I listened on the radio and I heard Van der Zee caught the ball at the 10-yard line, I go, we're winning this, baby. We're winning this. I go, all we're going to do right now, I told my wife, is we're going to take a run right through the middle there, call timeout, and bring out the field goal kicker. That's exactly what happened, but we lost a yard instead on that play because I did go back and look at the replay later. So that's exactly what happened. But that was a fantastic catch by Vander Zee. And the previous touchdown drive, that was a fantastic catch by Gill. And so as much criticism as I was saying about Gronowski through the whole game, I take it all back. Because he showed why we have him on staff. Because again, he took us on a game-winning drive. But the other four losses we've had this year, we got the lead late in the game. We just couldn't hold it because we left too much time on the clock for everybody. But we did to Michigan State exactly what the other four teams did to us. In our losses, and that was go down the field and set up a game-winning field goal. So, or in I think Indiana's case, I think it was a game-winning touchdown. So yeah, guys, you can chime in here. Anything you guys want to say? Anything positive you took away from the game besides the win and those final couple drives of the game?
I think Kirk said it good after the game. He didn't use these words. This is the words I use, but he said this team played the rear end off all year, and we finally, this is my words, we laid an egg, and we somehow we won the game, But every year you're going to have a team. Most teams, unless you're maybe like Oregon or something, maybe Oregon almost laid an egg at Wisconsin or wherever they did, but every team
laying an egg at Iowa.
Every team is going to have a game where I call it lay an egg. Senior days, coaches hate senior days. When they come on and talked about senior day, and I seen Logan Jones over there balling, I thought, oh Jesus, you can't play football and be balling on the sidelines.
Why are they doing it at the beginning of the game? Why not do it after the game?
Kirk hates senior days. Every coach hates senior days. They never play as good. But anyway, every team lays an egg once a year, and we just laid our egg. And Kirk says this is one of his favorite teams ever. He says from day one in January, this team never had a bad day. Right through spring practice, never had a bad day. Right through summer workouts, never had a bad day. Right through fall practice, never had a bad practice. He just loves this team, the way they worked, and they had their off day, and thank gosh we won. But
first off day of the year for the most part. You can count Iowa State, I guess. But other than that, they haven't had an off day all year.
Yeah. Kirk should know he's there every day. So
yeah, but you said every team lays at least one egg a year, but we laid two of them last year, and we got our revenge yesterday. You guys realize that since Michigan State beat us last year, they haven't won a Big Ten game since, and they almost ended that streak with us.
Well, they almost ended it with a lot of teams. Like, this is what I'm not going to go into a rant because I just don't understand the negativeness. Like, I don't understand the negative in Iowa fans. Like when some Iowa fans said, "I hope Nebraska kills us." Michigan State took USC till the end. Michigan State took Nebraska till the end. You realize Michigan State scored points on everybody but Iowa? Or who was it? Michigan beat Michigan State 31-20. They took Minnesota to overtime. Minnesota beat Michigan State in overtime by a field goal.
They took Michigan. They took Penn State to the last 4 minutes of the game last week.
This is what I don't understand. We're acting like Michigan State
scored 2 touchdowns in the last 4 minutes.
Yeah, we're acting like Michigan State doesn't have Division I talent when they're taking everybody else, but all of a sudden Iowa's supposed to be this godlike figure that Michigan State can't compete with. Yet they're competing with all these other ranked teams.
Yeah. But you got to
This is
understand.
I
Here's
don't
what we're looking at.
understand
Here's what we're
about
looking
this.
at. This is a team that averages 24 points a game, gives up 31 points a game. We went over this last week in the preview show, and yet I think we were thinking that we could beat them easily.
Well,
I think
yes.
everybody thought this was an easy game. Everybody but
We-
Kirk. Kirk's the only one who knew that wasn't going to be an easy game.
Well, no, a lot of people didn't, but Michigan State knew it wasn't going to be easy. But yes, we did as fans.
I thought
Paul,
it was
you
going to
got
be
anything?
easy.
Paul, you got anything?
Well,
I'm done.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, you've got this nice sample size and whatever, but yes, they give up 31 points a game, but they're not playing teams that run the pace Iowa does week in and week out, right? So, I mean, like, it's a different situation. Iowa scoring 20 is the equivalent of a team that, doesn't play as good a defense and runs a higher pace offense, scoring 30.
Yeah, I mean that's a good call. I mean, like I said, like what I think Kelvin just said, like Penn State just wore Michigan State down, where they scored 2 touchdowns in the last 5 minutes of the game again. It was 14-10, Dean, against Penn State. Did you see what Penn State did to Nebraska?
Woo!
Yes,
Yeah,
they destroyed
it
them.
was 14-10. Penn State over Michigan State with 5 minutes to go in the game.
And by the way,
then
their staff might not hate Senior Day so much. I don't know.
I mean, and then with Senior Day, and then you can't control your emotions. You can't say, okay, I'm going to cry after the game, not before the game, Dean.
Well, no, but you guys didn't listen to me. I tried to say this before. They do Senior Day before the game. Why not wait until after the game is over?
Oh, to do Senior Day. Okay, I
Yes.
thought you were telling Logan Jones to not cry until after the game.
No. That's what I
said.
said. Everybody was trying to talk over me when I was trying to say that, but nobody was listening.
Maybe if the crowd would be nice enough to stay after the game for the senior ceremony afterwards.
I think they would.
There was about 10, 12,000 of them that left during the fourth quarter of the game.
Because they thought Iowa was going to lose. I know.
Because they were fed up and they were booing on Senior Day,
Okay. Granted, guys, we still had a chance to win the game late in the game. I mean, statistically, yeah, we weren't out of it if things fall our way. But how many of you actually worried that we weren't going to win the game? I'm raising my hand. I'm going to admit it.
Well, I was. I thought when we went down, I thought, this is probably about over,
Yeah, Jason said that he believed we were going to win it. Huh?
I told you that I've never lost faith. You even asked the question in the chat. You're like, who here actually believes I was going to win this game? And I said, I do. I mean, there's 4 quarters. When are we ever going to learn that there's 4 quarters in a football game? There's 2 halves in a basketball men's game. There's 4 quarters in a women's basketball game. I mean, this whole
so after
I'll never understand the negativity and I have a friend who's my best friend from high school is the same. He was like, well, he calls me Jake. My family calls me Jake. He's like, well, Jake, we're going to lose this game. Our offense can't do you know what. And I was like, no, Jimbo, I was going to win this game. Just watch. And then after the field goal drive goes, I go, offense is warming up. And everybody laughed at me. And it was. The offense was warming up. It's just,
can you guys tell me?
Game.
Yeah. After we got down 17-7, we scored on, I think, 3 consecutive drives after that. Can you guys tell me how many seconds or minutes were still on the clock on the first drive for the I believe it was a field goal?
I can tell you exactly because that's what I told my buddy. We kept going back and forth. I go, we kicked the field goal. There was 12 minutes to go in the game.
Okay.
And then And then my buddy's like, well, our defense can't stop them. I go, watch. They did. We got the ball back with 10 minutes to go in the game, right?
Mhm.
After the field goal. Then we go down. I'm not quite sure if we even scored. I don't think we scored at the 10-minute mark when we got the ball back on that drive.
Okay.
But then we got the ball back again with like 7 minutes.
I was thinking 5 minutes, but yeah, I could be wrong.
It was like 7 minutes, and then I think that was the game tying field goal.
Yeah, I couldn't believe they kept
that was
punting.
in the game tying touchdown.
I couldn't believe they kept punting to Wetch in the fourth quarter. It's like, what are you doing? You know?
Well, so the announcers were the same.
Yeah. Now, that touchdown that actually tied the game up wasn't that set up by Weejan's return? You know, he went right down the sidelines. I think he got to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, the tying one.
Yeah, the tying one.
The winning field goal was set up by Kirk's clock management. We got the ball back with 39 seconds to go. You know, so Kirk calls the time. They run one play, and Kirk calls the timeout because there was only like a minute. I don't know, minute 30 left or something. Yeah.
No, that's
and I thought,
great.
Well, Kirk knows we've had three straight three and outs on defense, and Kirk thinks we're going to do it again. You know, but.
No, it worked out good. I mean, it was time management on the clock. We even ran it down so when we kick the field goal, the time expires. We had nothing to lose on that field goal because we weren't going to lose the game because we could win it in overtime.
What was it? A pass to Vanami and then a pass to Vanderzee? Was that the last two plays?
Yeah.
Before we just ran the ball a little bit to get the clock down to 3 seconds or whatever.
I don't understand why we don't do that more often. If Vanderzee is one-on-one and it's a situation, a game, just chuck it up to him and let him go get the ball.
Yeah,
I don't understand why we don't.
Here's the thing: is he didn't chuck it up to him.
I hate to be critical, but early in the damn, I don't like paying attention to the game feed that on our messenger because I like to watch the game, but like right off in the game, Gronowski missed a guy wide open for a touchdown. And I can't remember whether it was Vanderzee or who it was, just runs straight down the field. And I think he threw it short to somebody or on the other side of the field or something. And I hate to be critical of Gronk, but you know, shit like that drives me crazy.
I mean,
right at the start. Do you remember that? Do you remember that, Jason? Right at the start of the game.
I don't remember it, but it won't surprise me because that's how he is. Like
I put it in the messenger. I said,
"Oh, you did."
Yeah, missed wide open touchdown. I don't know if it was. I might have said it might have been Gill. I don't know. But
I don't understand a lot of, but he, like I said, if you watch Tim Tebow, granted, Tim Tebow had the $1 million roster, right, back then, completely different. He really is. Like Tim Tebow would miss everything in the first 3 quarters, and all of a sudden he wouldn't miss. It's the strangest thing.
And then let's throw it deep to Wetchen with 2 big guys on it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I was irate.
But see.
Is that the interception?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But see, that goes into Gronowski doesn't see it. Like it's just so weird. It's like and before he threw it, it's like he knew what was going to happen. He was pump faking. Like he's like, should I throw it? Should I not throw it? Should I throw it? And then all of a sudden he just released it to 5'9" Wetchen, and he was double covered. And he did it the week before.
Then they called it incomplete pass, and then they overturned it.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything in the replay to overturn that, but anyway.
There was a catch.
Oh, you mean on the interception? I already said it.
Every angle didn't show whether he lost control of the ball when he hit the ground or not. You know, they gotta find evidence that the referee the guy standing there was wrong.
Well, I said it right there in the group chat when they were reviewing. I go, this is not going to be overturned. It stands.
Well, if it stood, it'd have been our ball yet because they called it incomplete.
Oh, okay, they called it incomplete. Okay, yeah. So that's what I meant then, that this was a pass. There was another one they reviewed that that I said will stand too, I think. I can't remember. There was a lot going on in that game, and my emotions were all over the place, and I don't know why, because it's just a game.
Okay. I
But I want to say one thing real quick first. My
Okay,
grandson was sending me pictures from the game. He was at the game. He goes, the last time he went to a game was in 2017 with me.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay, Dean. Okay, you've seen some of the messages that I saw. I'm pretty sure. I'm just about wanting Iowa to lose to Nebraska.
Yes, I saw that.
Now, are you one of those people that because they don't meet your expectations one week that you want them to lose?
No, I want them to beat Nebraska. I want them to win every game. It doesn't matter. I want them to beat Nebraska.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a tough game. On the punting is winning, they asked us what we thought who would win. I put Iowa 13-10 walk-off field goal. Now, Jerry didn't think that was too funny.
Yeah.
But
I don't think we've lost at Nebraska since 2011. But I'm not saying it can't happen, because it can, but
it can.
I'm
That team is good enough to beat us.
I'm certainly not going to pick Nebraska when we pick the game. That's for sure.
I'm not picking Nebraska either. I'm picking Iowa.
I'm with you, Jay. It's crazy, but if you would have saw some of the messages that I was getting and seeing, and Iowa fans are nuts. Like, legit, just because we don't beat a team by what their expectations were, all of a sudden the whole world's going to explode. Drop the nuke. It's over. Fire the whole coaching staff.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you, Jay. Some Iowa fans want Iowa to lose to Nebraska and then make a case for firing Kirk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing I saw is I even had some private messages saying the same thing. Is I think this was the week where I've heard people say, fire Kirk, fire the whole staff, everything, and
I see that every week, Dean.
Honestly, I don't see that. I don't see it as much as I saw it during the game. Now, how many people had to undo that? Because a lot of it was said during the game.
Yeah, one guy. This is the On3 swarm thread. It's the swarm thread, which you know what that is, Dean. One guy created his own thread, and it was entitled, "I'm not sending one more penny to him for football."
I saw that. I actually saw that.
You talk about a guy who probably hung himself because he was buried. Can you imagine on a swarm thread saying, "I'm not sending any more money to Kirk"?
I wonder how many people came after him.
Oh, they buried him, and rightly so. It's like crazy. You're averaging over 9 wins a season for a decade, and I'm not satisfied.
Yeah. Well, okay, guys, I'm going to admit that I was one of the ones who thought we should have pulled Gronk in favor of Helinski. And my understanding, according to Chad Lysico, Helinski was on the sidelines, but Kirk never even gave that a thought on switching quarterbacks. He was going with Gronk all the way, and I'm glad he did, because I don't know that Helinski could have taken us on the game-winning drive.
The truth of the matter is, and the question was whether Tim was going to switch the quarterbacks, because Tim chooses who's in the game as far as quarterbacks, and the running back coach chooses who's in the game as far as the running backs. Of course, they talk to Lester and say, "Hey, Lester, are you ready for an Xavier Williams play or something?"
Well, could it be in this case, because Kirk did say he decided not to do it. He never had that thought in his head. Could it be that Lester warmed up Helinski and told Kirk he wanted to put him in, and Kirk said absolutely not? Could that have happened that way?
I'm not into could be's or might have been's, but
But the fact is he was warming up on the sideline, so somebody told him to start warming up.
Maybe
it was his mom or something.
Maybe he just wanted to play catch. Maybe he was cold and wanted to get loose. You never
His
know.
mom yelled from the seats, "Fuck Lester, warm up." You know, maybe it was Duke. Maybe it was Duke Hogan. Maybe it was Deuce Hogan's daddy or something, or mommy.
I think it's mommy. I think it's the mommy that we have to worry about.
maybe it was Labas's dad again. You know, so
yeah. Okay.
But
all righty.
I mean, the thing is, you don't want to take Gronk out in the fourth quarter, especially. I mean, just right when he's going to get hot, you're going to take him out. He has a history. This year alone, he has led 3 game-winning drives. Plus
the guy who leads 90-yard drives in the fourth quarter.
Plus one where,
and here's why.
Who was it that we lost to? I can't even remember. I'm having a brain fart. Where he let us down, we took the lead. Oregon. Was it Oregon?
Yeah.
He let us down, we took the lead, and the defense gave it up. Yeah. Like, so basically he has 4 game-winning drives, but the D gave up the Oregon game.
Yes.
So, yeah,
he let us down against Indiana and hurt his knee, and then our quarterback couldn't complete a screen pass to win the game, so they missed the field goal. You know, he really let us down. He let us all the way down for that too. But
they haven't given Brown a chance to play since that game.
Well, he couldn't complete a screen pass. That really made Lester mad. He even talked about it after that game, to where he's like, "Oh, all he had to do was just get it to him." Apparently, it was an easy type throw, and Brown just missed it, and it was a touchdown. Lester says if he completes that, it was a touchdown. So that one play just irked Lester, because Iowa wins that game. Because the defense that we saw coming out, if Iowa had the lead, even if we made that field goal to take the lead, if we don't see that sending 7 guys because we need to stop the quarterback, we would have played Iowa defense and made them have to at least get into field goal range, right? So it would have been a completely different defense had we either scored a touchdown or hit that field goal.
Yep, that's true. That's true. So the one thing I says, here's the reason why I don't get to coach in Big Ten games and make $1 million a year, because I also thought the same thing in the women's game last night. Like, get Kylie Feuerbach out of there. She's just throwing up bricks. And I know, I get it now, Jason. I get what you're saying. And then we needed her to. I think she hit 5 points at the free throw line to secure the win last night. It's like she only missed 1 out of the 5 or 6.
Well, she's only missed 1 all year.
That was the one.
She's only missed 1 all year. And
they were complaining because Jan had Hannah throwing the ball in, which Hannah is not our greatest passer, but she didn't want Hannah. She didn't want Hannah catching the ball and getting fouled.
Yeah. No, even the announcers said that. They said
let's have Hannah toss it in, you know. But
they said that's probably the right thing to do, because you don't want her on the ground on the floor catching the ball. But when we intercepted that ball at the end of the game, that was great. Anyway, go ahead.
Dean, Feuerbach is in the game for defense, though. When she hits a 3 every now and again, that's just a bonus.
Yeah,
she is in there because she is Iowa's best defender.
I agree with you on that. I do.
Yeah,
but when we were going through
without the shot.
Yeah, but when we were going through that last, how many minutes we did not score a field goal? There was, I can't remember how many minutes went. Maybe 8 minutes
10.
Without a field goal.
It was 10.
10. Yeah. Okay, so when we were going through that, we needed somebody to just get up there and calmly start shooting the ball again, because after a while they were just chucking it up there. You could just tell when it left their hand, it was a chuck. It wasn't a shot.
Well, that's
there's a way you shoot the ball, and there's a way you just throw it up there.
You know what we
talked about in the beginning of this women's basketball is nobody was shooting, but they were only shooting when the shot clock went down. That's why you saw them chuck it.
You know what? I can't tell if Paul just set a mannequin up or whether that's really him, because
it's me.
Hey, Paul, we do forget you're up there. You're so quiet. Do raise your hand, because
it's like I feel bad when we do all the talking, you know. But
Paul, do you want to chime in on anything?
No, you guys are doing great.
Oh, Jesus.
It's his way of saying I'm mad at you guys. I'm just going to stay silent for a little while.
So.
No, I mean, are we done with Michigan State, or what do we?
I hope not.
Well, we've circled back.
That's what I'm saying is I got sidetracked. I took us down a bunny trail. Let's get us back to Michigan State.
I thought Iowa was really hurt. I think their offensive line was banged up a little bit. Kind of obviously watching them move around and stuff, and we missed Hayden Large in the running game.
Yeah. Well,
and I thought Michigan State. It was interesting. Partway through the first half, I don't know if you guys caught it, but the announcers dropped something. What's the name of the defensive coordinator for Michigan State's Rossi or something? And they said they told him before the game that they were taking Wetchen out of the game as far as the offense. And like the first play of the game, they set up this what you call where the quarterback flips it ahead to Wetchen. He cuts on the inside, and the quarterback goes back, and he was going to flip it forward to Wetchen, and they were just all over it. But anyway, that defense coordinator said, we're going to take away the running plays and the passing plays because we're going to double team him. We're going to have two people with eyes on him. It doesn't matter if he's on a jet sweep, on a running play, on a screen play, or on a passing play. We're going to have two guys on him. And by God, about every play, if you rewatch the game, it's on again tonight at 10:30. It's like, yeah, nothing. It was like there was nothing for him,
So, question.
Even the jet sweep he ran, I think he ran for a yard or something, and it was like two guys following him around. It was like,
yeah. Okay, I got a question.
I thought that was interesting.
Everybody. Yeah, I want to come back to that Wetchen thing, but I want to ask everybody before I go back to it is sometime in the game Mark flipped the ball forward. I don't know who he was flipping it to, but it hit the ground and it became a fumble automatically. My question is if he's flipping it forward, isn't that like a pass? So wouldn't that be an incomplete pass? I did ask that, but in the chat, but nobody answered.
It would be, but they kept showing the replay, and the guy tipped it out of his hands when his hand went forward. So his hand did not make the ball go forward. The guy tipped it out. That would have been an incomplete pass, and I think it was either DeMolton or Xavier Williams.
It was Molten.
Okay, that answers my question then. Yeah, I kept thinking incomplete pass.
Yeah, that's what I said when I seen it live. I said, no, that's an incomplete pass. And Gronowski was telling him, my hand was going forward. But as soon as they showed the replay, I knew it was a fumble. So.
Okay. All right. Now to get back to Weegan. One of the ways that you guys saw they took him out of the game was that quick kick by the quarterback on fourth down. I don't know how many times they did it, maybe 3 times.
Yep, they did it 3 times.
Yeah, and the other stat that stood out to me, this is according to Dolphin last night, listening to his post-game show, is we forced Michigan State to punt 9 times yesterday. Fantastic, since we didn't let them punt once last year. But do those quick kicks from the quarterback, do those count into the punts as part of the 9 punts?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes under the quarterback's name, but it's a punt. And they asked Weegan.
After he did it the first time, I would have had Weegan out there and just say,
they asked Weegan
if
about
the quarterback
that.
steps back, you run back and go get the
They
ball.
asked him about it after the game, Could you went in there? And he said, shit, I have no safety skill. He said, what if the quarterback is back there and they end up running a fake and Wetchen's got to cover somebody? That ain't good.
True.
A guy that's 5'8".
Probably what it was. It's like if Weegan runs back there, you run around the end and fake it.
Weegan's exact. He's just started laughing, and his exact quote was, "Well, I guess I'd have to work on my free safety skills."
Yeah,
anyway.
That makes sense. Got to protect himself, right?
If you go by the game, they should have done that every single punt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we had nobody back there. So however far the punter or the quarterback punts it,
Yeah.
they literally got 100% of those yards.
Yeah.
Was
I
their
can't believe the
best-
announcer goes, oh my
That was
God,
their
they put it
best
in field of play. They're actually going to let Ouija take the ball. They did a couple times, and both times it hurt.
A funny statistic, I think Gronk had over 100 yards passing in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He only had 130, which is normal for him, but he got it at the right time,
I think
I
he
guess.
had 147 total, which is what Ouija had for total yardage yesterday.
Oh, gosh.
I got to go back and look at that for sure.
I'm pretty sure one of the other defensive things they did was they wanted to box in Gronk on just hold their positions when they come in, rush the passer, and made sure he couldn't get outside. And if he held on to the ball, the pack, the pocket was going to collapse on him. He got sacked 3 times, and one time it was Xavier Williams' fault because he didn't pick up a blitzing cornerback. And the other times Gronk just held on to the ball too long.
Well, here's an interesting stat. Terrell Washington was in the game. He got 1 carry for a -8 yards. I didn't even catch that.
That was a pass. That was a pass play.
That was a pass play?
A pass play. Yep.
Oh, sideways to him, right? Sideways. And then he got
no, they handed it off to him or something, but he was supposed to throw it to Howard downfield, but he had absolutely no. He got kawacked, and I think somebody said, I don't know if it was on Chuck Long podcast or something. If Howard wasn't open, he was supposed to throw it back to Gronk on a court where Gronk runs into the flat on the other side. But see, Washington was a quarterback in high school.
So yeah, I don't know why we didn't use Vanderzee on that, because Vanderzee already proved that he could throw the ball.
Yeah, but we showed that though last week. They'd have been prepared for Vanderzee throwing them. You only run them gadget plays once a year, maybe twice a year.
Yeah.
Some special play like that. Once you show it, everybody says, "Oh, Vanderzee, he can throw. Watch the throw." But
all right, so Moulton had 78 yards for 4.3 yesterday. Gronsky was our second leading rusher with 57 yards, but he had 5.2 carry. Patterson, who I thought made a good amends of himself yesterday, 6 carries for 24 yards, 4.0, but I think he got stuffed a couple times behind the line of scrimmage, so his stats could have been a lot better. So total yards was 301 to their 335. So the last couple drives we had, that actually helped make us look better, because that driving down there at one point we only had 100-some yards of total offense. Getting into those last couple plays.
And the punt returns don't count as offense,
Yeah, so. You're right. Yeah. Okay. Passing yards 255 to 147, rushing yards 80 to 154. So we had 154 rushing. We both had 4.9 yards per play. They out first downed us 18 to 16. We only got 1 third down. They got 4. And we both failed on 4th downs. They ran 68 plays to our 61s, and we allowed 3 sacks. They allowed 2. I'm not sure what. Oh yeah, they had 9 punts to our 6. We punted 6 times, and I don't have the rest of the stats there. Where are they at? They're missing.
See, another thing what people don't understand in sports is Michigan State's quarterback is a true freshman. Yeah. Right? So when the game was on the line, he actually looked like a freshman. I mean, he looked like he was nervous as hell hit the last 4 drives. In the beginning of the game, it was like he wasn't a freshman. But then the opposite of Gronk, where Gronk all of a sudden stepped up, the Michigan State's quarterback, who played good during the game, he looked like a freshman, right?
Yeah.
He just was throwing the ball in the dirt.
He literally, Jason, would have looked bad the whole game, if we'd have learned how to cover a tight end. Those were the passes he was hitting. I think he had 100 Out of his yards passing, I think he had 150 of them to a guy named Velling and then another tight end. It was like, are you kidding me?
But he threw really good passes to that number 13. That corner, that touchdown route that he threw in the corner route, holy, to that 13, that was like beautiful. I think Entringer was covering him, but it was like right over. It was just a perfect throw. But he couldn't make that throw in the fourth quarter. It's just another difference.
Needless to say, the PFF scores came out today for the game for Iowa, and they were not very good. Vanderzee was good on offense, and Lauk, and even our line was down quite a bit. And then on defense, nobody on the defensive line other than Brian Allen was over a 70. Carson Shire had a great first half where he got 9 tackles and he got 1 tackle in the second half. So even his PFF score was, I don't even think it was as high as Harrell, and Harrell's I think was a little higher than him. And Tringer and Wampa had high, and Lutmer, they had good PFF scores on the defense, but not a great day for the way we played. But
I'm a little sad. We've not had more than 1 or 2 viewers all night. Now we have 0 viewers right now. This is not normal for us, guys. I'm just, and nobody's talking to us. This is sad. You think people just didn't want to talk about the game tonight, or they just didn't want to talk about the basketball part of it?
In 2 days, it'll say you had 100. So
yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
by the way,
come on,
you guys noticed the little clip it shorts that were put out last week on several of the podcasts. I put them all over Facebook, all over YouTube, and a lot of them got a ton of views the first day.
They're entertaining.
Original videos got.
I mean, Dean, a holiday's coming up too.
Yeah, that's true. I stopped at Walmart today. Place was so crowded. I couldn't find a cart. I thought I had to use a shoehorn and a crowbar just to get up and down aisles. Anyway.
I couldn't do that. I don't like humans that much. I could not do that. I went to Black Friday like one time just to see what it was like. The wife and I went at like 4 a.m. or whatever. Everybody says how great it is. There was like hundreds of people at Target lined up. I was like, I am not doing this.
No.
Once they started doing the internet buying, I never went to a store.
Yeah. Same. That was the best thing ever.
Yeah, 1 year I had never done Black Friday. It was our family tradition that my mom would go out Black Friday, take the kids, take the grandkids, and take everybody. So we went with her to Kohl's once. Had to go out 2 or 3 in the morning to their opening. And I'll tell you what, that was so packed in there. I just said, you guys enjoy yourself. I'll be waiting for you in the car. I just went back where it was peaceful. And then I actually worked in 2018. I actually worked for Kohl's during the season. And I will tell you, that was so packed. You know what my job was on Black Friday? Was to get behind the last person in line with the sign that says, this is the end of the line. So people would know to get in.
Did you guys' heart drop when the field goal attempt at the end where the other team called the timeout and Drew took a practice one that he missed it by like 5 to 10 yards? Did you guys did your guys' heart sink or what? Oh my God.
I was hoping he did it on purpose.
Oh God, I wouldn't think so, but
I'm going to tell you guys right now
I think he maybe lost concentration on it, maybe because he knew it didn't count. I don't know. Anyway, my God, when we missed that,
I think Dolph was a couple plays behind when I was listening to it on the radio because I was reading it. We had already, Calvin already said he pulled the kick. I think, what? He missed it? He goes, then he came back. No, he hit the second one. We win the game, and the timeout hadn't even been called yet for the first kick.
I just hope we've had like one special teams, where the complete special teams played good the whole game, like once all season. You know, this game,
Yeah,
this
that's usually
game,
one of our
it was, you know, he missed one field goal, and then Dakin was, I mean, really bad for quite a while on Saturday. But anyway,
All right, Dean, what's next, buddy? What we got going
Okay,
on?
I think we should go over our end the night with our picks. Congratulations, Jason. You killed it this week, but you were undefeated going into the last 4 games. You went 2-2 in the last 4 games.
Dang it!
You're 8-2. Now here's the one that excuse me, because you said in the thread last night that you had picked Utah State to win, but I had marked it down as Fresno. Did I mark it wrong?
No. What I was saying was that was a 50-50 game.
Okay.
When I picked Fresno, because Fresno was at home.
Oh, okay.
But I was also talking about EJ Warner, how he's been hurt as well, right? So that was his first game back. I didn't know he was even going to play. But I picked Fresno because they're at home. But I was saying it was a 50-50 game. I did pick Fresno.
Vandy picked Utah State.
Vandy picked
Yeah,
Utah
because he
State.
said EJ Warner wasn't a good quarterback. I thought he made it okay of himself, but you know, but when I fell asleep, when I fell asleep, the score was 7-7. So that's a late game for me out here, guys.
Fresno State
What's the
was
other game
ahead.
we lost?
Fresno State was ahead when I went to bed. But.
Yeah. Okay. So I went 7-3. Calvin went 7-3. Paul went 6-4. Paul was doing very well, but he decided to pick Mizzou, but we all lost Georgia Tech. Only one of us picked Wisconsin. The other 3 of us picked Illinois.
Wisconsin did what I thought they were going to do.
One of us picked Paul. Congratulations. One of us did actually pick Utah State. Congratulations, Paul.
Cool.
We all won the Iowa game, except none of us came close to the score because every one of us predicted a blowout.
Yeah.
38-3, 35-10, 36-8, 41-12. And so, hell yeah. Do you guys? I got this in next week's picks, and I wanted some game suggestions from you guys because I'm having a hard time coming up with some games. But we'll talk about this going before later. But
rivalry week. How can we have an issue finding games?
Well, I just want to make sure because sometimes rivalry weeks don't work out when one team's having a great year and one team's having a bad year.
Hey,
So I was looking, and there's a lot of games to choose from that I would have picked, and Kelvin gave me a couple good ideas.
I gave you 3
Paul, I think
good,
in honor of
ones.
you, we're going to add the Navy-Memphis game, just in honor of you.
Yeah, that's not a rivalry game, but I told Dean you got to pick that one.
There we go.
I haven't added the Navy game all year. I think it's time to do it on the last week of the season. Well, wait a minute. They play the following week against Army, though, don't they?
Yeah, that's kind of a rivalry.
Navy could go 10-2. Memphis is actually a good team as well. That's going to be a good game.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Before we'll talk about the picks on Tuesday. We're going to go early on Tuesday, so I hope you guys can go early on Tuesday with us because we want to be off and done before the men's game. So maybe 6 o'clock your guys' time, if you can do that. Is that possible?
7 Paul's time.
Yeah, that should work. I'll let you know if I have any issues.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. I just wanted to go over real quick right before we get out of here, and now we're getting the viewers as we get through the end of the show. Thanks, guys. I do appreciate you guys coming in and watching. Feel free to leave a comment if you want to. Our 2026 schedule, it does not seem as overbearing as I originally thought. Northern Illinois, Iowa State, UNI, at Illinois, Nebraska, home against Ohio State, Purdue, and Wisconsin, at Michigan, at Minnesota, at Northwestern, at Washington.
Okay.
I don't know what kind of condition Michigan will be in next year. Yes, they'll still be a decent team.
That's an easier schedule than this year.
Michigan's got the youngest team. The two youngest teams in the Big Ten this year are Michigan and you won't believe it, but Oregon. Michigan has they're playing like 13 freshmen. So they're going to be good next year.
So they're going to be good next year, yeah.
We lost 7 starters on defense last year, and this year we're losing 8.
Oh, Jesus.
So,
yeah.
Hopefully reload.
Yeah, so I mean, it seems like a schedule that we could do another 8-4 or better, but it just depends. And Northwestern this year came out of nowhere, and became bowl eligible yesterday. And I hope they beat Illinois. I'm pulling for them against Illinois. I really like their quarterback, that Stone. Have you guys watched him play?
Yeah, I watched him play.
He's a transfer.
Yeah,
where did he transfer from? He's an amazing quarterback.
He's okay.
He has been for the last couple games.
He lost his starting job to the kid who is now playing at SMU.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what do you think of him overall? Because I thought he played a great game yesterday.
He's a good quarterback for their system.
Okay.
He can move around, but he uses his best friend Wild. They kind of remind me of Charlie Jones and that other quarterback for Purdue.
Yeah.
How Charlie Jones got like 100 targets a week or whatever. Yeah. That's kind of what Preston Stone does with Wild. But Wild's an amazing receiver. He doesn't drop anything if he gets it close to him. So,
and if you want to see a guy that's gonna be a multi-millionaire, check out Northwestern's young left offensive tackle.
Oh,
he's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know how old he is, but
mad respects to Northwestern because I had them near the bottom.
Yeah, everybody always talks about Fitzgerald.
By the way,
I don't know if Fitzgerald's as good a coach as Braun.
No, here's the deal. There's a Fitzgerald still playing for Northwestern. Is that his other son?
No.
It's not related.
The oldest boy is at Iowa. I finally got to see the oldest boy in uniform yesterday. He was jumping all over the.
But I mean, honestly, he's got
a bunch of kids.
I thought he had a son at Northwestern when he got fired.
Oh, I don't know. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But I got to see young Fitzgerald jumping all over our kicker after he made the winning field goal. I thought, I wonder what Chuck Long. What the hell is Chuck Long doing out there jumping around on our kicker because he was number 16? But it's Fitzgerald's boy. But
does Fitzgerald play in the special teams?
No.
Is that why he was on the field?
Just the whole sideline's emptied.
Oh, okay.
Every Hawkeye was out there jumping around.
Yeah. I want to go over the 2027 schedule. This one's a little rougher. Ball State, Iowa State, North Dakota, at Indiana, Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, UCLA, USC, Nebraska, at Oregon, at Wisconsin. By the time we get to 2027, Wisconsin's going to have their issues fixed. And so they're going to be tough at home because they're already starting to show people that they've got their confidence back and they're starting to win some games. I got them picking to beat Minnesota this week.
Coach, can you pass me some of that moonshine?
Yeah, Coach Campbell's going to be at Arkansas. We're going to be at Arkansas next year, so
I watched a video.
Iowa State might be pretty bad.
Yeah. I actually watched a video today, and Arkansas. Somebody predicted that Arkansas is close to making a deal with somebody, but Campbell was not on the list. They named the four guys. They named the 4 guys who they thought were on the list to be hired, and none of them. And the reason why this was a big deal because this was an Arkansas podcaster who's mad as heck when he's looking at some of the other schools in the SEC hiring big name coaches. Why they're going out and getting coaches, from the smaller schools.
Yeah, I sent that video to you, and one of the guys on the list is one of the hottest coaches in the country. Where is he? South Florida or?
Yeah. Well,
that guy's
you know,
got a famous last name, but
I'd
yeah.
already watched it when you sent it to me. I didn't realize that until I clicked it on that I'd already seen it.
I'm just gonna tell you guys, Matt Campbell isn't going anywhere.
I don't think he is either.
He's not.
No, he's already. Vandy said this morning in his thing that Campbell's trying to use leverage to get a pay raise. He already got a pay raise, and I think he got his contract extended to 31 or 32. So he got what he wanted already. He's not going anywhere.
And it's not even that. He is basically Kirk Ferentz in Iowa State mold, because his wife says, I want my kids going to these smaller. They love Ames. They love the school district in Ames. Like wherever they go. I have no idea what. I'm sure they go to private school or whatever. But they love where they're at.
They could go to Gilbert. They could go to a lot of the coaches send their kids to Gilbert, which is about 10 miles up the road.
I mean,
I just said he was going to Arkansas to poke the bear of the Cyclone thing.
I was just going to say, my point was, this reminds me of, you guys remember when Kirk was going everywhere? When he was winning at Iowa? He was every year when we were good, his name got brought up. He was going here, there. If Penn State opened up, that might have been the only time he would have went, was possibly Penn State. But what did Mary want? All the kids to be in Iowa City, and that's that's what happened.
So, what do you guys think of Hayden Fry came out years later and said he almost left Iowa for another job?
USC.
USC. And then Kirk has also said he almost left Iowa for another job, but he goes he won't tell him what it was.
I think the only jobs he really considered were NFL jobs.
Like, I'm sure.
I mean,
Pioli tried to get him to go to Pioli tried to get him to go to Kansas City, and there was other coaching jobs in the NFL, but
he thought about it until Mary slapped him upside the head and said, "No, think again."
No, my kids are graduating from the Iowa City schools. I imagine these schools went to like North Liberty or something like that, because his kids did go to Iowa City. I'm sorry. Because they were stars at Iowa City.
We're getting a little bit late here, and I have to open tomorrow.
All righty, Paul. So, on that note, I would like to thank everybody for watching this far. If you watched this far, please, again, help me out here, guys. What am I going to say here?
Hey, make sure you sub if you're watching right now. And like this video.
And share it.
And share it out.
It's free to sub to the channel. Make sure you give this bad boy a sub.
Right.
You might get lucky if you sub to this channel.
Jason and Paul, get it out there and sub it to your buddies. Kelvin he subs it all over. He shares it all over the place.
If y'all are enjoying this, make sure you give Dean a good smash.
There you go. Smash me. And guys, we will be on 6:00 Central Time on Tuesday with our Nebraska preview. And then we'll probably do next week. We'll probably do a wrap-up show for the season and a bowl preview show, kind of like speculate. Where are we going for bowling? Because I don't think we'll know until the following week.
I would like to do the recruiting rundown when we have signing day, because I've watched everybody on tape. I follow recruiting like nobody else, so I hope
we're going to do that.
Me and you have done that. Me and you have done that before. I'd like to do that.
I'm going to end this with Iowa's going to Tampa.
There we go.
We're going to Tampa.
Please, no. I'm tired of it. I want to go to Vegas. Vegas.
Iowa fans travel way too well. We're going to Tampa.
Yeah, well, we travel really well, so we're going to Vegas. The Iowa fans are going to want to go and gamble their life away. They spend thousands of dollars to go to this game, and then they're going to.
Kirk always finishes too high in the Big Ten to make Dean happy. So
I know it. Tell me about it. But we did go to the Music City Bowl a couple times, which I was pleased. I think we're 2-1 or 1-2 in the Music City, or 1-2-1?
I have no clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one year we didn't get to go. We were supposed to go to Music City and we weren't allowed to go.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm going to get us out of here. Guys, I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
And Paul, have a good sweet dreams and get up early and do your thing.
All right,
Go
guys.
Hawks!
Go Hawks.
Hawks.